Alright. You may be wondering why I'm appearing behind green bars. The answer to this question is because I am trying to parody the amount of people in the United States prison as of right now. And there is definitely many people in prison right now who are guilty of no wrongdoing against society whatsoever. And why do I speak so heavily against this? Well, here's one good reason. When you have so many people in prison, it causes violence in the street. Then the government wants to take away your guns in an attempt to do whatever they want to, probably. Because here's the thing, they've got so many people in prison right now. And here's the problem with the war on drugs, drug prohibition. There's so many people in prison right now for crimes that are not crimes, that as a result it becomes next to impossible as a result to prosecute people who literally are running racketeering operations against humanity. And that's in the financial sector, in the you call it the monetary sector, the Justice Department. This just goes on and on. The Department of National Defense. It didn't used to be called that. Regardless, the fact of the matter is that this and everything above is definitely running every aspect of our society. And the way they did it was through central banks. I'm sorry to give you the bad news, because let me explain this to you, and I'm sorry. This is absolutely horrendous. This thing's been around for 100 years, and getting it away is not going to be hardly possible. Now, I will say it is plausible, but I mean, these buildings are pretty big and they run a pretty big operation. But let me explain to you exactly what they do. They print up money over and above whatever Congress tells them, or not over and above what Congress tells. They have an agreement to print up as much money as they want, basically. And it's the wording of it that makes it possible. I'll say it like that. And I'm sorry for struggling here, but to make a long story short, basically what they do is they say, and yeah, basically to make a long story short, what they do is they say, we need an elastic money supply. And as a result of the elastic money supply, we're going to be able to help you out. Well, basically what happens as a result of that is they create these situations where the money supply is going to get expanded. A lot of people are going to do great. It's called a bubble. Then they shear off the money supply. You got, or basically what happens is the situation gets to a point where they're like, wow, we just spent a whole lot of money, we really didn't have it. And now what's going to happen is you're going to get inflation, and then they're going to have these things like something I saw on television the other day. This guy said, we need to find out why gas prices are up. And basically what they found out was probably that inflation. No, I mean, the truth of the matter is that they're just trying to mess with you and they're trying to provide a distraction. But the truth of the matter is that it is inflation, and the reason for inflation to a large extent is the Federal Reserve. And and it is, it's not that it's a friendly thing, to be honest with you. I mean, at this point they've got half of the people in the prison system just straight up innocent. And statistics show that this does not help the drug usage or the amount of violence in society. Well, here's the thing. This is the same in alcohol prohibition. This in other countries such as Portugal, drug use has gone down, and who's to say what all reasons go into it? I mean, you create a subculture, you've got gangs running around, music is emphasizing how cool it is. I mean, it just goes on and on. And it's not like it helps anybody, so it's pretty bad. I mean, this stuff gets around, it's in the air. Next thing you know, they got gangs running around, everything. Who knows, they could be selling society on, they probably are, so anyways, it just gets worse from there. And then you get this whole culture, right? And it's real cool to shoot people, and then people just run around doing it. Well, to a large extent, a lot of that stuff probably has to do with drug interactions, and there's a lot of that stuff they can't even track. Well, then you get just the overlap of just the general society becoming more violent and prone to violence. And then it's not that we have too many guns, because we're pretty well, I mean, I don't even want to go into it. This country is a cesspit of prisons, and man, it's dangerous out there. I mean, it really is. You just gotta know how to take your shit and just throw that shit, or eat it, or flush it, or just get rid of it quick. Especially in some states, I'll tell you right now. Try to stay the hell away from them. People can't understand why. I'm just like, man. But anyways, the problem is that it's completely unsustainable at this point, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Just living in this area, it's risky, and people don't like to hear it, but whatever. It's not my problem. My problem is having to spend money out of my paycheck to a government that takes IRS money that doesn't even exist in reality at all. IRS it doesn't even exist in the legal world. It's just a strong arm of the Federal Reserve, and it goes. It's the Federal Reserve. You know, there's no telling how it works, okay? Because it's secret, okay? It prints up vast quantities of money with little to no oversight, and what happens to the money at that point? I mean, your guess is probably. I don't want to go into all the details of what's probably going on because it's scary to think of the repercussions, especially when the whole thought of what I keep coming back to is what Albert Einstein said about the rule of law and alcohol prohibition. The reason why is because that makes total sense. It's statistically proven you cannot stop it by incarcerating people. You can never stop it. So, regardless of how many people that they incarcerate, it'll always be there. So right there, that erodes the justice system. You see, because now they've taken people that don't belong in prison and putting them in prison for things that don't benefit society, and as a result actually hurt society. And what you have as a result of that is an erosion of the very system that's intended to house and incarcerate people who break laws that hurt society, not hurt society as a result of incarcerating people. And once you deviate down that path, man, it's pretty bad. I mean, especially here in the United States, where we're actually supposed to uphold, this structure of having a sound system that makes sense and causes prosperity to exist, not just. Do you understand what I'm saying? Benefits people, uphold this whole image of just, slobbery, and I mean, anyways, it just goes downhill from there. So anyways, people need to definitely take a look at what's going on around them, and it's pretty bad out there. Anyways, that's all I got for tonight.